Alrighty, this is becoming a rarity, but we got a very nice draft here. We got a 4-on-4, and I expect to get the team draft server, like I said, kind of rolling again. And once again, if you are interested, just shoot me a DM on Twitter or Discord or what have you. Always looking for more folks to draft with, and I opened a Mana Crypt. It is myself battling with Jane Chill. Sam Rolfe, I do know him. Barnyard, I know Barnyard. Battling against Z-Rifts, JD Pie, Legacy Dan, and Stasjoff. So, new faces here, which is great. I like getting the draft community larger, and I think that Stas here is going to take Demonic Tutor after I take this Mana Crypt. Ooh, a little Lion's Eyes, starting with Mana Crypt Lion's Eyes, spicy. Well, there's also Time Spiral, that's also a nice one. There's also a Seeker's Chariot and Grief and Duress. So after the DT, I'm passing Duress or Grief. I can't really get around that. I could take one of these black cards, but honestly, black is like the least good color with Mana Crypt. I like Spiral. I like LED. I'm kind of feeling LED though. I feel like you can do some good stuff with that. Oh, now I can just take Retrofitter. I'll pass a Dark Ritual and a Bitter Triumph. Like I said, there's just 2 black cards in every pack, and that's fine. I'll take Retrofitter, and Retrofitter LED Crypt is just such a good start. I've got some good mana sinks and a lot of cheap artifacts. Let's get some Kappa Cannoneers up in here. And if we're lucky, an Academy or Workshop. But you know what? I like the start regardless. And then here, this is less enticing. There's just like a bunch of white cards in this pack. There's a Fabled Passage, which is fine. Necron, Deathmark, and Cut Down. There's an Enlightened Tutor, but I kind of assume I'll wield that. There's also Firestorm. Honestly, I think I'm just going to take Path. Path is a pretty good card. I don't mind splashing it in some of these decks. I just think Fabled Passage is a little too weak. And I'm looking at that Enlightened Tutor, which I think has a pretty good chance of wielding, because this pack is so bad that, well, that makes it less likely it's going to wield. The pack is bad. But the pack is just all medium cards, and Enlightened Tutor's pretty narrow, so I think there's a good chance I could get that back. Oh man, Yogg-Will to go with LED. I guess I could have taken that Dark Ritual, but Retrofitter looked really good, and I think I like Sir Ginger to go with Retrofitter, Mana Crypt, LED. Sir Ginger is pretty strong. You get to, whenever an artifact you control is put in the graveyard, you get a +1/+1 on Scry 1. Really good with Retrofitter, because you're just triggering it over and over again. So I'll take that over Yogg-Will, Accursed Marauder, Hex Drinker. And then this pack, it's got an Otawara. It's got a Meticulous Archive. I kind of like that. Meticulous Archive is a pretty good way to splash white in what's probably a base blue deck. And just the Surveil makes it so you're not even that unhappy to play it regardless. There is a Haywire Might as well, which I do like, but I think given that I have the Path to Exile, kind of like just taking the Archive here and trying to set up for the future. Oh, a Pakal looks really nice here. There's also Research Desk, which is pretty nice with Sir Ginger. Unstable Amulet's kind of interesting too. Just a cheap artifact that if you get energy draws you additional cards. But a Pakal Mana Crypt is pretty much what I'm looking for here. So I think I got to take that. And keep going on the blue-white artifacts theme here. I do like a Tamiyo. City of Traders is pretty great in the artifact deck. There's also Great Furnace, which works pretty nicely with a Pakal. Yeah, Great Furnace actually seems like a pretty good pickup here. Often do splash red in artifact decks, and just upping your artifact count is really nice. Here we've got the Doomsday and the Jace all in one. There's also Dragon's Rage Channeler or Goldspan Dragon. They're both pretty decent in this sort of deck. I don't think I want Jetmir's Garden so much. I think I'll take Goldspan. It's pretty marginal, to be honest. Oh, I do like Manifold Key and Memory Jar and a Braid. These are all fine, but I kind of want to take Key. Key's the highest upside card here. I've got Mana Crypt already. Untapping Retrofitter is not 0, and I don't think Jar is all that great. Okay, I'll take a Mind Stone here over Detective's Phoenix. For right now, I'm going to assume that I'm not playing the Goldspan Dragon just because I would rather not have a double red card in my deck, but we'll see. The circumstances might end up such that Goldspan makes sense to play, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time drafting around it, I guess. And in here, I guess I'll just take Firestorm in case I'm passing to Reanimator. And sometimes you could side it in. Oh, I do like Thraben a lot, but Talisman also seems pretty good. I should just take the Talisman. I just don't know that I'm going to be playing like a ton of early white sources, so I'm worried that I wouldn't be able to cast the Thraben. Oh, the Talisman into Haywire Might? Perfect. All right, so, I mean, after pack 1, oh, Unstable Amulet too. I've got tons of artifacts. Let's see if we can convert that into something sweet. There's a Candelabra. I do love Candelabra. That one will wheel, but also I might not need it. If I don't get Academy, it doesn't really do that much for me. I think I just take a Misty Rainforest. I can go get a Meticulous Archive. That's pretty good. Candelabra, Talisman, Coveted Jewel all might come back. I don't really want to just slam an Atali here. Ignoble. All right. Happy enough just taking Misty Rainforest here. You really just can't go that wrong taking a fetch land. And then here, well, I guess I'll just take Reprieve here. I just took a fetch. That makes that a little better. I like Ocelot Pride, but and it can make actually tokens with retrofitters and whatnot, but I don't think I'm supposed to take that over Reprieve. There's also a red-white Talisman and some lands here, but I'm doing pretty well on mana. One of the other things is the artifact decks get a lot of fixing out of their artifact sources, like blue-green Talisman sort of thing, like to help with, Haywire Might, for example. I don't need to take lands quite as highly, though. I guess I have more land fixing than artifacts fixing, but things like Mox Opal, Pentad Prism, all that stuff just makes it so much more likely that you don't need to spend a bunch of picks on lands. You could just take artifacts instead. Whoa, this is quite the pack. There's a Shieldred, there's an Underworld Breach, Vaultborn, Sheldock Isle, Satya. Jules, someone dropped off a package and the dog just goes nuts. I think I'm going to take the Breach. When you have LED, taking Breach is a pretty nice little gamble. It's not as, if you're going to have two pieces, you'd rather have Breach Brain Freeze, but Breach LED is still a start, and I'm not going to play Shieldred. It's also kind of interesting that Shieldred's getting passed after we passed all that black. And I would love Satya. I would actually definitely play it in the deck, but I think taking Breach and hoping to wheel Satya is good. I mean, this pack is actually pretty stacked, so something might come back. Ooh, now Upheaval. I don't quite yet have the mana for Upheaval, but I'm hoping to get there. I don't think another Talisman is going to be that important. I don't care about Skyclave or Flicker Wisp. All right, let's just take the Upheaval and then definitely take Grim Monolith here. I'll take the Unstable Amulet out for a moment. There's also Seed Shark and Sicarian Infiltrator, but I've got to take mana. I just took Upheaval. So let's just take Grim Monolith and probably get Taxian Probe or Karn. Probe is nice with Breach, but I'm not really set up to be a Breach deck unless I get Freeze. So maybe I just take Karn. It works nicely with like Grim Monolith, call, all these things. Karn is just, I think, a pretty solid card. Oh, Mox Opal. Getting a 7th pick Mox Opal is huge. I like Forensic Gadgeteer also, but 7th pick Mox Opal is super nice and definitely feels like, oh, 8th pick Workshop? Okay. I mean, passing on a Narset, a Spellbomb, and a Battlesphere, and an Expedition map. So Artifacts, I think, is open. And definitely happy to take a Workshop here. Candelabra wheeled. So did Coveted Jewel. It's kind of interesting. I think I'm supposed to take the Coveted Jewel now that I have the Workshop. And give up on Candelabra, despite the fact it would be pretty nice if I got Academy. I think I'll be pretty happy if I get Academy regardless. And then probably Spara's Headquarters over Spire Bluff. I just have the Breach, and I don't think I care for Dress Down. It's kind of annoying because it kills my constructs, but I think having another blue-white land is going to be nice if I'm playing blue and white cards here. I'll take the Breach out for the moment. It's just the sort of thing where if I see a Brain Freeze, Breach is just, I have LED Breach Freeze. That makes my deck very, very good just as a baseline. But if I don't, I probably won't play it. And then Satya did wheel. Yeah, I like that more than Zagoth Triumph or Leyline Binding. I feel like I've got decent-ish fixing for it. It's just a pretty good card, though I don't have that much to copy. I guess copying constructs off of Karn is really nice, or 4/4s off Retrofitter, because they don't cost any energy to keep around. Ooh, Unstable Amulet gives me energy, too. There's also Imidane's Recruiter, Cauldron Complete, a Flicker Wisp. I think I'm a little more likely to want Imidane's Recruiter in the deck, though I don't think I'm that likely to play any of them. Let's see. Ooh, Sicarian Infiltrator wield? That's a pretty big game. It's awesome to cast off Mishra's Workshop, so that worked out nicely. It's also a nice little thing to copy. Just draw another card. All right. Well, after 2 packs, I actually feel like Artifacts is quite open. So let's get a Tolarian Academy here. I think I have to cut Abstruse Appropriation from the cube. I just don't think it's going to get played very much. Get Lost is a potential playable as well. I'll splash a couple removal spells. I've got this red stuff here that may or may not work. I mean, I've got a Satya, which I do kind of want to play regardless. So hopefully that makes the cut. Oh, Golos? Yeah, I'll definitely play Golos. Yeah, I took Coveted Jewel over Candelabra. Yeah, that's close, but I think that's right. Also, every single artifact card wheeled. So it would really just be a travesty if I didn't get an Academy. I did get a Mox, though. All right, little Mox, Mana Crypt, LED. Passing on a Flash, which is fine. I passed Worldspine the other way, so hopefully this is not too big of a deal. Pass Recurrent Nightmare. Psychic Frog is good. Maybe we get Metamorph back? But slamming Mox Emerald here, and really now, if I just find Brain Freeze, it'll be excellent. If I find Academy, it'll be excellent. But honestly, I don't need to find any of those things. They will make my deck better, but I feel like this deck's already in a really good spot. Upheaval's fantastic in this deck. Workshop into all this stuff is great. I have good mana and good payoffs. I'm not really missing anything, though of course there are some ways this deck could really get insane. Oh, what in the world? Okay. Oh, this is so brutal. I have to take the Mox Ruby. I just can't take Tolarian Academy. It would be so much better for me, but I'm passing a Mox Ruby to another player. Oh, they get an Animate dead, but this Mox Ruby is so busted. I don't think I can pass the Ruby, even though an Academy, I think if it was straight up just me, I think Academy would be better for my deck than Mox Ruby. But it's not like Mox Ruby's not going to be busted, and I just can't, I don't think I can do it. All right, I'll take an Urza Saga. This looks like a pretty messed up Urza Saga deck. If Kappa Cannoneer wheels, I'll be thrilled, but Urza Saga to get Retrofitter, any of these Moxes, Mana Crypt is just so good. Yeah, I just don't think passing an opponent a Mox makes up for me getting an Academy. An Academy is maybe a 10 and a Mox is also a 10. Like maybe Academy is like 10 versus a Mox being 9.5. But an Academy is probably a 0 for them. So I just don't think I can pass them a 10. Even as much as it hurts. And then here, there's blue-white lands. I guess I would take Tundra or Hallowed Fountain. There's also Fiery Confluence, which can mess me up pretty bad, but I'm not going to play Fiery Confluence. I think I'll just take Tundra. That's fine. I'll deal. I don't think the person I'm passing is necessarily playing red anyway. Oh, I love a currency converter. Yeah, I'll be happy to do some conversion of currency here. Passing up on a Teferi and a bunch of Bauble type cards. Maybe get one of those back. What a shame that Tolarian Academy, huh? Maybe it goes all the way around the table and everyone thinks, oh, no one wanted this. Maybe. I don't think so. It's okay. I'll have to settle for having 2 Moxes and a Mana Crypt and a Mishra's Workshop. I think I'll be fine. Plus, I passed up on the Candelabra. See? That way I don't have to regret that. Right now, we're at 17 land, plus all those Moxes, so I could use a few more playables. I do like Gaia's Cradle with Retrofitter, but I've got to think that Bankbuster with all these Moxes is better. Just so easy to go turn 1 Bankbuster. Turn 2 activate sort of thing. Sadly, Workshop Mox can't go Bankbuster activate though. That does not quite work. Okay, and then here there's a Chromatic Star, there's a Jite, there's a Lightning Greaves, there's a Portal. But I don't have any of the ways to cheat Portal into play. So I kind of feel like I just take Chromatic Star. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think I'll get Portal last pick, but I don't know. Star is pretty good. I don't think I need a 10-drop. Oh, Mystic Forge. This looks like a Mystic Forge deck. I do like a Flage as well, but Mystic Forge, getting to cast artifacts or colorless is awesome. I've got Karn as the colorless spot, and then millions of artifacts. Do I want a red-blue talisman? Oh, at this point, we're not getting there on the breach. I guess we already know that. Mystical Tutor just gets upheaval or removal. That's not good enough. I don't think I really want Scrapwork Mutt. I think I'd rather just have Talisman. Sad Balance would have been really good in this deck too. Then obviously having 2/3 of the breach combo is unfortunate. Solar Transformer. I think I've got to take Mightstone and Weakstone. I've got Saga and a ton of mana. Oh, wow. Displacer Kitten is also kind of interesting. But besides blinking Karn or Coveted Jewel, it doesn't, I guess, Sicarian Infiltrator. No, I'll just take Might Stone and Weak Stone. I think that card's great. Kappa Cannoneer Wield, all is right. All right, let's cut. I have 11 lands, 12, 13, 14. Do I want to play Fiery Islet or Tune the Narrative? I guess I'm not playing the Unstable Amulet, so I don't need the Tune. I guess I could see playing Fiery Islet in this deck. I don't think I'm going to want Blade Splicer. Oh, I have a decent chance I'll want to play Teferi, though. And then I'll just hate the Gruul Turf. The Rite of Flame. They're both just kind of marginals for some specific decks. All right. Well, Academy didn't come back, but I didn't think it was going to. I stand by that pick, as painful as it might be. All right, so this is 10, 13 lands, which means I need to cut like... I'm just counting the Mana Crypt. Oh, last pick, Angel, huh? I'm just counting Mana Crypt and Moxes as lands, but I'm not counting Mox Opal or LED as lands. All right, let's get to deck building. All right, so I've got to cut a few cards here. I guess, no, Manifold Key with Grim Monolith and Mana Crypt is probably good enough. I could cut Get Lost, maybe. I just don't like having that much interaction. I don't mind the talismans. I mean, right now this is 11, 12, 13, 14 lands. I could probably get away with like 16 thanks to Mox Opal and all these one mana cards and stuff like that. Do I want to cut any of the high-end stuff? I mean, I don't really. I could cut Satya. I mean... It's good at copying Infiltrator, Retrofitter tokens, Karn tokens. Doesn't really do much to copy. I guess if I copy this and I keep the original, I get a +1/+1 counter and scry 1. All right. Copying Kappa Cannoneer is actually pretty good. All right. Maybe Satya has just overperformed whenever I've had it, so probably okay with that. What is my red going to look like? I'd have 3 red sources plus Mox Opal, Converter, Chromatic Star, Talisman. That's with zero basics. Yeah, that seems fine. I could cut Teferi, I guess. Maybe I cut Teferi and one of the mana rocks. I could also cut the Haywire Might. I've got Misty for Sparas. An Emerald. I mean, I've got like 4 or 5 ways to use it. It's kind of nice to tutor up with Urza Saga, but I could also just cut. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I keep Teferi. I cut the Blue-Green Talisman and the Haywire Might. This deck's got so many cheap artifacts. I don't think I'm going to miss that part of it. And then I add all islands and a plains. And I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white sources plus Chromatic Star and Currency Converter for 4 white cards. And then I have how many blue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I mean, I don't have that much more. I could also go all artifacts. I could cut the path. No, I think path is good here. All right, I think I like what I got. Let's take a look at what my teammates have. All right, we've got red-white aggro, Ocelot Pride, Giver, Ajani, Felia, Robber, Bolt, Lightning Bolt, Abrade wins that Fiery Confluence. Luckily, Solitude. Yeah, not having to play against Fiery Confluence is nice. Yeah, this deck's pretty nice. And then we've got a blue-black, good mana, Splashing Fractured Identity, Mystic Confluence, Shieldred Bowmaster's Time Twister, Mana Drain, Snapcaster. All right, I like this too. Time Spiral. All right. Looks pretty solid. Then Sam Rolfe is cooking something, but we'll see what that is later. Let's get to it. Alrighty, time for round 1. I would like to play first. Let's see how many Moxes we can have. Well, no Moxes, but this is still turn 1 Converter. Turn 2, either use Converter or play Mind Stone. The LED is not the best in the world in this deck, but I think as a cheap artifact, it's good with Upheaval, it's good with Mystic Forge. I don't know. You just find uses for it, and it's so good when it works that I feel like it's generally worth trying to include. It might combine here with Currency Converter, as in I might discard it to the Converter. All right, turn 1 Elegant Parlor. So we're playing against red-white here. Even before that, I actually knew or suspected it because of a 4th year Lingus that got passed. I think it's better to use Converter. Is that true? Or I could play Manifold Key. I mean, if my top card is a land, I think I'd be much happier just playing this out, because that way I can just go Karn and make a token. And if my top card's not a land, then it's not like using the converter was going to get me a whole lot more mana because I'd have no land to discard. So I think this is going to work out the best. Obviously, I do hope to draw a land here that that I guess isn't Mishra's Workshop. Though drawing like a Grim Monolith or something could be pretty sick too. Talisman, okay. Land? Oh, well, that's actually pretty great. It's not a land, but I get to make a 5/5, 6/6. Wow. Turn 3, make a 6/6, have Karn in play is pretty good. And actually, I'm going to play the LED just because it makes the construct a little bigger, which probably doesn't matter. I don't think the difference between 6/6 and 7/7 is like that likely to come up. But also, I only have one other card in hand. I could potentially sack. Oh, this looks like not red-white aggro. It looks like maybe just Jeskai. Okay. Well, I like my Jeskai matchup a lot better, especially since my teammate has the Fiery Confluence. I just feel like against Jeskai, I can leverage a lot of my powerful artifact stuff without being under too fast a clock. So, but we'll see. Maybe they're just Boros aggro splashing blue and I've had a slow draw, but Talisman and a bunch of land cyclers doesn't usually point towards like low curve aggro quite as much. So Prismatic ending the Golem. That's okay. If Karn doesn't die here, then I like my spot. If Karn dies here, I guess I hope I draw a white source for this Teferi here. I'm just making another token. I think I'm going to draw with the converter now to see what's up. Yeah, discard Island because that can make a treasure. Then I'll play Talisman, and then I can use Manifold Key to untap the currency converter and make the treasure right now. Seems like a pretty big game. My opponent still got Island in hand, because remember, they learned revealed for Island, not Lander's Lounge. Okay, no plays. I mean, if you don't do anything, this isn't going to work out great. All right, 9/9, let's kick things off by +1 in Karn. What do we got? Coveted Jewel and Fiery Islet. Well, I know which one I'm getting. They don't have a Planeswalker, so I don't need to play Sir Ginger first, though. I guess, am I going to Teferi? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I can actually play Sir Ginger first. I'm worried about smirking Spelljacker. Oh, well, not anymore. All right, let's end with Construct. Had they let that resolve, I might not have played Teferi, but now that I don't have to worry about that anymore, let's play a Teferi here. See if this resolves. And if it doesn't, then that's fine. I'll draw. Oh, that's a lot of mana. All right, let's untap Island and Great Furnace, because I'm going to use Currency Converter here at some point. If they don't spend their mana here, I don't really know. I mean, they've played all fine cards, some good lands, a Talisman, a Prismatic Ending, some Land Cyclers, Stern Scolding. These are all fine, but they got to do something. They're just not doing anything. All right, here we go. Is this the 4th Eorlingus? Oh, it's a Nexus of Becoming. Okay. This could be something really big. This could be like an Atali or something. Yeah, Woodfall Primus, blow up Teferi. Yeah, that's a pretty big game. All right. Let's draw. At this point, I think I discard the Workshop. Untap. All right, let's. They're at 11. I'm 1 short of killing them. Well, this. Oh, they're tapped out. Yeah, this is probably because I have a Manifold Key. Manifold Key does a lot of things, if you remember. So it's a 10-10, 11-11. Construct can't be blocked this turn. All right. Well, it's a shame because I was kind of excited to play that Coveted Jewel, but I think it makes the most sense. My teammate also has Solitude, so not too worried, and that's game 1. All right, playing against like a Jeskai control deck. I don't think Haywire Might is a bad idea against Nexus. I mean, they're like kind of Jeskai combo even. Path looks a little weaker. Let's just do that. I mean, honestly, oh yeah, the Get Lost can't kill artifacts. Yeah, if it could kill artifacts, I would probably put it in. But I think Haywire Might off of the sources I have is probably fine. All right, time for game 2. Ooh, pretty nice little hand on the draw here. Turn 1, Meticulous Archive. Play Ruby, play Retrofitter. Let's see what we got coming. Any Mishra's Workshops? That would be sick. I should probably just put the Misty on top here. I feel like getting to get Spara's headquarters well, hit my land drop, and get up to Kappa Cannoneer, Teferi, and Coveted Jewel. Basically, the only reason it would be better to not leave that on top is if I drew literally Mishra's Workshop or like Mox or Mana Crypt. I just don't need to take that gamble. This turn, if they don't do anything, I'll make a Retrofitter end of turn and then crack my fetch. And then on my turn, I get to Kappa Cannoneer or potentially do... Oh, I see. Okay, black. I guess they had the Xander's Lounge last game too. Sure. Spara's headquarters. Make a 1/1. Draw. Upheaval. So I could just tap out for Kappa Cannoneer. Yeah, I kind of like doing that. My hand's pretty expensive. And if this resolves, it's pretty great. I don't have enough disruption to like Reprieve is fine, but if reprieving their next turn's play is not going to really solve any issues long term, like if they play something good and I reprieve it, they'll just do it again the turn after. But getting Kappa Cannoneer into play, now that this is in play, if I cast one reprieve with Cannoneer in play, I probably do win. Like, they get this turn to play something. That's the downside. But the upside is that if they don't make a play that's better than Kappa Cannoneer this turn, next turn I can just make a token, attack for 6, reprieve, and then, you know, kind of set things up from there. Also, if I draw a land, I could potentially play Teferi. We'll see kind of what they do here. They have 5 mana, 4 colors, 5 cards in hand. I mean, they world's their oyster. I'm tapped out. They can do something. But Kappa Cannoneer just goes a long way towards making most of their plays not as threatening as they would be otherwise, because this is a really fast clock. Okay, what do we got? Dak Faden. You can't take Kappa Cannoneer. Oh, never mind. Lotus? Okay. I guess that's a way to do it. Lotus is a Lotus. So I guess my goal now is to get to Upheaval. Let's see. Drawing a land would be a nice start. Oh man, they're going to Prismatic Ending the Retrofitter. Well, I'd kind of rather they Prismatic Ending Retrofitter than Mox, so they didn't do either. Chromatic Star. Yeah, I definitely have to crack this. Oof, okay. I need to draw lands here. I guess I didn't really need white specifically. So I've drawn Upheaval, Golos, Kappa Cannoneer with this opening hand. All right. I'll sack the Servo to make a flyer because I can't attack Dak anyway, and then pass. I think I'm in trouble here. Well, they played Lotus and then I missed a land drop. So yeah, I would say that things are not going ideally. If I can land Golos into Upheaval, that's definitely something. Mishra's Workshop would still be a nice draw. I'm probably going to get to reprieve this turn. It's just brutal not playing a land, especially if they now see that I didn't play a land and then they like Prismatic Ending the Mox Ruby. Though it's kind of tough to Prismatic Ending Mox Ruby when there's a Retrofitter in play. That is a pretty risky maneuver. But we'll see what happens once they're done dacking. All right, Elegant Parlor, discard Nexus and Vaultborn. So they've got some combo elements. We don't really know what besides Nexus. Of course, Lotus can help just randomly cast some of these things. Okay, this I'm probably reprieving. Oh, prismatic ending. Sure. I don't really care about the retrofitter. My plan at this point does not involve really using it. Okay, I'll take 5. I mean, if I draw a land here and I can play Teferi, that's a start. They're not playing anything else. All right. That is a land. I can play Teferi and +1 it. But then it just dies to Kappa Cannoneer. I could also play Golos. I kind of rather just play Golos. I'm not going to have Reprieve up, but, you know, what can you do? Okay, Golos. 14. I'm trying to think. Do I want to get Mishra's Workshop or Urza's Saga? Mishra's Workshop makes Coveted Jewel, but the problem with Coveted Jewel is it just gets attacked by Kappa Cannoneer. I could get Urza's Saga. So if I get Urza's Saga, it'll come in with 1 counter. Next turn, it'll immediately have 2. I take a hit from Kappa maybe, and then I upheaval off a Mox or a Mana Crypt. Yeah, let's get the Urza's Saga, I think. Alternatively, I could Jewel. I guess the problem with, I'll get Urza's Saga, because I actually think I might chump with Golos this turn. Because the Thopter token's going to attack the Dak, and if they can kill the Thopter and steal with Dak again, that would also be pretty problematic, but, you know, I can't really do much about that. Okay, Leyline Binding, the Thopter token. That's so annoying, because Leyline Binding is so bad against Upheaval, but they binding the token. Well, I guess now maybe they steal the Golos, and then I just run the Upheaval? Yeah, that's probably it. I mean, oh, they're slamming something? This looks like a 4th Earlingus. Oh, Itali. Hitting Grim Monolith and Woodfall Primus. All right. Well, you know, if I draw a land, I can still... Because they're going to kill the Urza Saga. If I draw a land, I can still upheaval here. I'm taking 6 down to 8 this turn. Are they going to DAC? I hope they DAC the Golos. Yeah, they just can't help themselves. Okay, so if I draw a land and I go land upheaval, it's actually not that bad because I'm getting the Grim Monolith back. All right, let's go. Any land. Well, I guess not Mishra's Workshop. Land. A Mox would be so sick too. All right, sure. I guess that's the way it's going to be. It's turn 6. I just needed a land there. Oh well, game 3 time. Honestly, I think I'm in pretty decent shape because the DAC is gone. They minused it. Their cheapest card is like a Talisman and then maybe a Leyline Binding. Yeah, that would have been totally fine. Yeah, I mean, DAC Faden's going to be annoying. That's just true. Don't get lost. Not really. Goldspan, no. All right. I think I'm ready to roll here. All right, time for game 3. Let's play first. Let's get a sick Mox draw. Well, this actually kind of counts. Oh, wow. Yeah, this hand is actually sick. Because I get to go Workshop, Retrofitter, Talisman, play Mox, use Retrofitter to make a 1/1. I don't have, like, any big payoff in hand quite yet, but I can't be that far away. And the Retrofitter is going to give me some good action to use first. And then maybe I can upheaval. If I draw like Grim Monolith, actually Coveted Jewel is probably the best card I could draw. If I draw Coveted Jewel here, this upheaval will just be so easy. All right, let's go. Let's make a token. Draw, action. That is action, all right. Whew, baby. Mightstone and Weakstone. Draw 2 cards. And I didn't play a land first because if I draw Urza's Saga, I want to be able to play it. There's the Saga. Oh, yeah, we are just humming along. And then Retrofitter here, I can make a 1/1 or I can make a 1/1 flyer. I guess it's still probably better to make a 1/1 flyer. Let's see. Next turn, I'm going to make a Saga token. Yeah. Keep up Reprieve. I mean, this has just ended up being like a ridiculous draw. I already have spent 5, 8, 10 mana by turn 2 here, about to be more. So this doesn't make as many tokens, like it doesn't go wide for Urza Saga, but I think given the mana situation here, oh, I even drew that. That is sick. I think we'll be okay. Let's go currency converter off of the Mishra's Workshop. Send, and I'm not even worried. Like even a DAC, first of all, I'd reprieve DAC. Second of all, even if they had a DAC here, what are they going to take? They could take Retrofitter. I'd make a Saga token, make a 4/4. I mean, I'm threatening so much damage. Well, I guess it was good that I didn't draw the land last game because we got treated to this just really absurdly ridiculous draw. Granted, my opponent went tap land on the draw. You're not usually in great shape if that's your play in cube, but still, this draw was just really absurd, even if they had a good draw. Now their best chance is to Lotus something big out, which Reprieve is definitely going to help against. And how close am I to Upheaval? I guess if I Urza Saga for a Mana Crypt, I'll be pretty close to Upheaval. I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll have enough. And then I can tap Workshop and Mightstone and then replay all my artifacts like basically in the same turn. So these artifact decks can be really busted sometimes, and this is definitely one of those times. What you got, Legacy Dan here? If it doesn't start with Lotus, it's going to be tough, though I kind of hope it is Lotus out of 6-drop and I just remand it. But we'll have to see. All right, this is DAC, and I will indeed reprieve DAC. Oh, there's the Mana Crypt. All right, so let's make an idiot. Sack a Thopter, make another idiot. Draw. Let's make another token. And I think, do I want Manifold Key or Chromatic Star? I mean, I'm not going to kill them this turn no matter what. I could also just get a Mox for this Upheaval. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Though, no, Manifold Key is like kind of like a Mox, but it does other things as well. And let's go Mana Crypt. Draw card. Discard island. Oh, hold on. Yes, remove the island. Play Golos. And I don't even have any good lands to get, I don't think. I guess I could get Spar's Headquarters so I could cycle it after I Upheaval. Oh, no, I just get Meticulous Archive. That seems fine. LED, don't really need that. I guess I'll play the Great Furnace and attack for 16. I could, oh wow, I can even do 17. I can make a token with Retrofitter. Yeah, this makes it so they can't use a fetch land anymore. That seems fine. All right. Yeah, we went pretty hard here. Dak Faden is not going to do it. And if somehow my opponent had an answer to all this stuff, I could then just cast Upheaval and replay basically every non-land card the same turn, right? Let's see, just out of a thought experiment, I cast Upheaval with Mana Crypt and these 4 lands, leaving 3 mana floating, 2 of which can only be for artifacts or abilities. Play Mishra's Workshop, replay Golos, or replay Mightstone, replay Golos, yeah. I think that, I guess I don't know that I could play Mightstone and Golos. Actually, maybe I can, because I have 2 mana floating, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 5. Yeah, I could not play literally every single card, but I can go pretty close. All right. Boom. 1-0 here. Real nice draw in game 3. All right. That was quite the draw. This draw looks also very good. On the draw here, battle against Z-Riffs. And there's a Tundra. Let's go Tundra, Ruby. And I'm just going to play Sir Ginger here. And then next turn I can go like Retrofitter, make a token, or maybe Grim Monolith, Retrofitter, Chromatic Star. I don't know. We'll kind of have to see what the opposition has here. I guess I should probably look at what they played last time. Since this is round 2, they look like they are playing Just Fnatic Ronus. Huh, where are they? Oh, here they are. Yeah, looks like a Teamer, Lelia, yeah, Exploration. Oh, that's a Mana Crypt. I didn't even notice that. All right. Let's play Mana Crypt. I think I'm just going to crack this star. Get me started here. Because that'll buff the Sir Ginger, get it past the Fnatic. And who knows? All right. You want to do it this way so you can scry one. Path to Exile. You know what? I want some action. I have so much mana. Let's just find something to play. Like that, for example. Mightstone or Weakstone is a great one. So let's go Grim Monolith, land, Mightstone, Weakstone. I'm just going to draw 2 cards here. Draw 2 cards. And anything else? Oh. Huh, that's funny. Here's Retrofitter and LED. And I could crack the LED to pump the Sir Ginger and make a Retrofitter token. I don't think I need to do that. I could think about it, I guess. But this is a land cycler. So I think that would it's better just, or this is a cycling land. I think I'd rather cycle it next turn. All right, so they do have a wasteland in play, but that doesn't really help them much. They're probably not going to use it. It's a Lelia. I mean, if they deal 2 damage to my Sir Ginger, I'm definitely sacking LED. Though I don't know how likely that is to occur. Next turn, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana plus my land drop. And what I might do, depending on what I draw next turn, is I can go land, cycle Spara's Headquarters, respond to that by cracking LED. Kind of like a free cycle. This looks like a Lelia. Yeah, if you're casting it before attacking, that makes the most sense. Try to hit a land off it. Next turn, it makes the Fnatic tap for a lot of mana. Hit Wheel of Fortune. Okay, well, that's a brick. Take it and Island go. I think I'll just flip this Mana Crypt, win the flip, Mox Opal. All right, so let's go Mox Opal, Plains, cycle Spara's Headquarters, tapping, I guess, Plains here, sure. And then respond, I'll crack LED for blue. Because I also get a scry out of this too. Yeah, put this on the bottom. Draw. Oh, Coveted Jewel. Yes, we're in for that. Let's go. Coveted Jewel, draw 3. A call. Okay, don't mind if I do. And Mindstone. And then I can still make a Retrofitter token to block with. I'm just going to pass. I don't really want to lose my Coveted Jewel. I'm drawing off a call as well, so let's put a Mox in hand. I have 3 blockers. They have 2 attackers because I can obviously make a Retrofitter token. I could have attacked with Sir Ginger, but A, that means 1 removal spell and they would get by my blockers and steal the Coveted Jewel. And B, the Sir Ginger blocking the Lelia is really nice because it stops Fnatic from tapping for 4 mana in the second main phase. They'd still get a window where they can tap it for 4 mana during combat, but that does not seem like a particularly fruitful play. I mean, maybe if you've got an expensive instant in hand, but there's just not that many that use up quad green. Okay, Lelia likely forced to come in regardless. All right. Exiling Narset. Yeah, that would have been good. All right, block. And just trade is fine with me. Can play a Narset. Oh, wait. Oh, I need an end of main phase stop. I have a busted combo. I just realized. Pakal calls each end step. So I'm actually getting to double dip on this? Oh man, this deck is sick. Imagine if it had an Academy. I mean, how many times is Mox Ruby going to be better than Academy? I think Academy... This let me play a turn 1 Sir Ginger, but I think Academy would still have been better this game overall. Not really complaining, because I have 2 Moxes and a Mana Crypt, and that's pretty busted, but what if I had all those and an Academy, you see? I could have it all. I mean, I imagine I'm going to win this game pretty nicely. Like, a Call has its moments, and again, just look at how much mana they've spent. They spent 5 mana total. I spent 1, 3, 5, 10, 11, 17, 19, 21, 22, plus activating Retrofitter and stuff like that, and cycling Spara's headquarters. It's just ridiculous. Oh, this is Big Nissa. Okay, Big Nissa is going to come down and I guess kill the Retrofitter. But then you lose Big Nissa. But you kind of have to kill the Retrofitter. So let's make a servo. And, yeah, I've got to put Upheaval in my hand. Upheaval's too busted. I guess I'll kill the Big Nissa here first. So let's send for 2. And then I'm just going to Upheaval and replay everything. It's going to be absurd. All right, Mox. It's always such bad news when they start tapping their mana and just floating like this. Upheaval. I mean, this has to just be game. I'm upheavaling with 8 mana floating with 2 Moxes and a Mana Crypt, 3 Moxes and a Mana Crypt in play. Yeah, that was good enough. All right, let's go to sideboarding. And here is actually a matchup where Get Lost might be decent, but it's kind of hard to cut when everything is just so perfect and busted. All right, let's just go. All right, and game 2, well, I mean, not going to mull a double Mox hand, and here we get to go land. Oh, I actually get to play Meticulous Archive, double Mox Mindstone, so I can go turn 2, play a Sicarian Infiltrator. Although, actually, I think I've got to now just slight change of plans. Slight change of plans. My deck's busted. I can play the Meticulous Archive on turn 2. What if I draw Mishra's Workshop and just Sicarian Infiltrator just... I could draw Golos or Coveted Jewel. I just have so much mana. All right, so what was better, Mox, Ruby, or Academy? Still Academy, actually. I would go land. Ooh, they have Fast Bond. Do they have a wheel? I mean, I kind of had Fast Bond too. Let's see if this Ruby was an Academy, I would have gone land, Mox, Talisman. So it would have been worse turn 1, but then it would start tapping for way more mana. Oh, there's Karn. Yeah, let's do that. Karn. Make a Golem. Play Meticulous Archive. Bin Misty. Pass the turn. And then next turn, that also means I can cast Sicarian Infiltrator with 3 copies. And if they have Wheel of Fortune to go with their Fast Bond, it's so much better to go Karn, make a token, than it is to draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, like I have Echo of Eons here. I really wouldn't be scared if that's what they're doing. All right. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay here. They have Fast Bond out. I mean, that is something, but next turn, I'm still going to have like such a ridiculous amount of stuff in play. I'm going to get to play Kappa Cannoneer and then a bunch of artifacts and have a path around. So that seems pretty reasonable to me. All right. Simic Growth Chamber. Oh. If they have, there's a combo which they are very far away from of Prismatic Omen or Dryad of the Elysian Grove plus Valakut plus Fastbond plus Simic Growth Chamber. And you just keep replaying the Growth Chamber, dealing 3 and bouncing it. Oh, I guess Wasteland means that the Academy wouldn't have tapped for mana that many times. So yeah, maybe Ruby ends up being better here. That's funny. Okay, I kind of want to play as much stuff as possible. So let's play this first so I can cast... I think I want to cast the Kappa Cannoneer off this, or do I want to cast Mightstone and Weakstone first? I guess I could cast Mightstone and Weakstone first. It seems like they may have a counterspell in hand. Oh, I guess not. I'm just going to nug the Jace. Feel like them having Jace out is not actually what I want. Oh no, this actually leaves me a little short of casting Kappa Cannon. That's actually fine though. Let's just go Bank Buster. And I'm just going to attack for 8 here. And I'll use the Bank Buster if I need to. I think I'd rather have that up than Sir Ginger. It just feels like them having some kind of sweeper is the most likely way they get out of this. I'm not really sure exactly. I played around subtlety. That's so good. Oh, I just played around subtlety really nicely. They must be so tilted. They saw me tap the construct, so they know I have Kappa Cannoneer in hand. If they're like attuned to the Magic Online tells. And then I end up playing Mightstone and Weakstone into Bankbuster, and I don't play any creatures. That's so funny. They could Wasteland to force me to use Bankbuster. The subtlety can kill the Karn, but like... Yeah, all right, well, I will use the Bankbuster, sure. That's fine. Yep, it's down. We are cruising here. And I have the Breach, so there's no like Breach Brain Freeze possibilities. There could be like some sort of Time Warp sort of deal, which is part of why I killed Jace, is I didn't really want them to go like Time Warp, Jace, Time Warp, to get stuff going. Oh, Titania. Well, they can actually Wasteland their own Ketria Triumph and make 2 5/5s if they want to. I don't have any other lands they can Wasteland at the moment, which is nice. And I kind of expect Subtlety to go kill that Karn. Let's see. They're going to pass. All right, let's draw. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to start by plussing Karn, I guess. I hit LED and Golos. Nice. I kind of like both those. They actually probably should give me Golos. They have Wasteland in play, so the Golos isn't that scary. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, now I'm going to play the Kappa Cannoneer. Let's play the LED first to make it a little cheaper. I guess I don't care how big the Cannoneer gets, so let's actually just try to get the biggest discount on it as possible. So actually, let's even cast Sir Ginger. And I need to leave up this Chromatic Star for Path. Not that it looks like I really need to use Path, but... tap Sir Ginger. Oh, I guess I can't draw with Bankbuster. Well, I'm going to attack with my 12/12s is what I'm going to do. And let's see how this goes. This is my turn 4. I mean, this deck is just really good. I have a really good Academy deck that, well, it doesn't have the Academy, but it has Mox, Mana Crypt. It's just, and Mishra's Workshop. So I just have the potential for these really explosive starts, as we've seen. I mean, my opponent's draw was also pretty good. I mean, against a normal draw, doing all this, I think, would have worked out pretty nicely. Okay, squish those things. And if they Wasteland their own Ketria Triumph... Oh, have I not played a land yet? No, didn't I? Yeah, I guess I haven't played a land yet. I don't want to play a non-basic into the Wasteland. Let's see what they do here. I don't think they're going to Wasteland their own Ketria Triumph. They could Wasteland their own Wasteland. Like, you can target itself. Making one creature here isn't really going to do much. And I'm just keeping Path up in case they have something. Not even really sure what they could have that would threaten me in this particular instance, but... I mean, my teammate has Shieldred and Bowmasters. I guess Hull Breacher into a draw 7 could actually... That's the sort of thing that could get them back into it. So if they do Wasteland their own Ketria Triumph, I'm at 20. I kind of think I just let that go, because I could What I could do is I could path Titania in response. They'd get a 5/3 off the Wasteland because it's sacked as a cost. Then they would waste their own Ketria Triumph and not get a 5/3. But how much do I care about them having a bunch of 5/3s in play? Not very much, given that Kappa Cannoneer is going to kill them, and then them losing 2 creatures a turn to my constructs, soon about to be maybe another construct. All right, they didn't go for it. Makes sense. I don't really see what having some creatures in play is going to do. I guess some sort of time walk, like run out, where they go like make 2 things, time walk, attack, Uro. Okay. Uro's pretty good. Into Verdant. All right, I guess they could bring back Uro here. Maybe that's their goal, because they have to use the Wasteland. And then they'd have a bunch of things in play, and then I would kill them with Kappa Cannoneer. I mean, I guess they'd be at 11, but I think I can put 6 artifacts into play with Sicarian Infiltrator. And let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I don't kill them in 1 turn, but they're wastelanding their growth chamber. Okay. At that point, should I path the Titania here? They're clearly just going to bring back Uro. Yeah, I kind of think so. They're already not playing like Hull Breacher. So let's crack this for white. Scry 1. Oh. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to put that on top. It is true that they have Fast Bond in play, so Upheaval might not be quite as enticing, but I think it'll still be pretty good. They don't have enough life to really use it, especially since I'm going to hit them with Kappa Cannoneer here. Okay, then they get to blow up their own growth chamber. And they get to bring back Uro, go to 11. They'll end up with 1 card in their graveyard. Maybe Wasteland. Maybe Jace, depending. Yeah. Okay. And then I kind of have my choice of things to do here. All right, no land. And oh, into Arboreal Grazer. Very nice. All right, let's draw. They have 4 blockers. Oh, Grim Monolith is not bad. Not bad at all. All right, let's go Grim Monolith. This is a 6/6. I could put Golos into hand, or I think I'm going to +1 again. Let's see, hit Island Mystic Forward. They're just going to give us Island. That's fine. Yeah, I think I'm just going to make a big upheaval here after hitting them. I mean, I guess I could attack with these tokens. I'm not. It doesn't really matter. But I guess I kind of want them to block with Grazer. Okay, they go to 5, and then I go. Yeah, I mean, this should be, like I said, this should be more than fine. I could actually, if I wanted to, I could sack LED in response to the upheaval. I would lose a Sicarian Infiltrator. Let's see. I have 5, 9 mana, so I'll have 3 mana left after casting this, 5 mana left. I guess I probably don't need to go all in. I don't need to sack my thing. And yeah, let's just do that. Upheaval. And Mox. LED. I'm going to play the Island eventually. Do I want to play... I kind of want to play Karn this turn. I can't cast Karn with Mightstone, Weakstone. Let's see. Play this. Karn. Make a token. And I think I'm just slightly short of playing the Kappa Cannoneer. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana for Kappa Cannoneer. That's fine. We'll go Talisman. into Reckoner Bankbuster, or probably just Sir Ginger. And then pass the turn and discard an island and a Spar's headquarters. All right. I mean, they can play fast bond and they can play some stuff, and then I can kill them with the construct token and or Sir Ginger. I could actually make Sir Ginger into a 5/5 next turn if I needed to. They can cast Uro. Yep. Go up to 4 or 5 rather. And I'm not sure what else they can have. I believe we're about to be 2-0 here. We might only be getting 2 rounds, by the way. Looking at the teams were, let's just say there's an experience differential given that it was me and Sam Rolfe were on the same team here. But though our opponents are keeping it close. So currently we're up 5-3. All right, let's go. We get another round here, and I think I'll be able to take it home. All right, time for round 3. I will keep this hand. Turn 1, Mindstone. Turn 2, Mystic Forge, which we haven't really seen do anything so far this draft, so maybe we get a chance to. And turn 3, potentially Teferi or Mightstone. Or Golos, I guess. And waiting on the duel, because maybe I'll want to get Meticulous Archive with it, though if I don't draw a land, obviously I'll just go get Tundra. Fire it off. Let's see. Satyr Wayfinder. Oh, nice. I like it. Got any Hogoks in there? Oh, yes. A Hogok. Look at that. Perfect setup. I like seeing this sort of stuff work. Any workshops? Oh, Grim Monolith. That does actually change my play here, because now I can go Tundra, Grim Monolith. I think I just Golos into a workshop, because then I can cast multiple things a turn here. I mean, workshop when I have 2 big artifacts seems like this is a pretty good deal. And if they do cast a Hogak, which there's still 3 cards in graveyard short of, /3 creatures. They have, basically, since Hogak you can't pay mana. There's those 2 things plus those 2. It's 4 mana towards Hogak. But we'll see what they have in the meantime here. And if they have like a discard spell, because I know they have like Grief in their deck, I'm not too worried. I have 3 gas spells in hand. Okay, and I think with this Mystic Forge out, or in hand, Mishra's Workshop is going to be nice to just cast a bunch of stuff. Oh, Grist is actually really nice at getting Hogak going, but they're going to kill my Golos, which I'm actually pretty happy with, because the Golos couldn't do anything. I mean, it would have attacked and hit, but they'd have to chump it, but I wasn't activating Golos anytime soon. Okay. Imperial Seal. Hope they don't have Pest Infestation in their deck, I guess. All right, let's draw. That's also a nice one. I think I'm going to start with Mightstone and Weakstone. And honestly, I think I kill the Ignoble. I can draw a lot of cards here. So it feels like killing their mana source could be pretty good with their tutor. All right, let's exile that. Oh, into Mana Crypt. Okay. I'll take the free Mana Crypt, and then next turn Path. It's kind of a nice answer to Hogak here. And now I've got tons of mana. Yeah, casting Golos and getting Workshop worked out pretty nicely. All right, so they get to make an insect, and they can cast Hogak now if they have another creature. Any creature will work, really. Well, I guess it has to be black or green, but pretty difficult for them to play something that isn't here. Unmarked Grave. Archon? Yeah, that's an Archon. Oh, but we can't animate it right away because I killed the Noble. All right, I'll keep Path on top. Oh, let's cast Retrofitter off of Mystic Forge here. Let's cast Manifold Key. Okay, Mystic Forge doing the work. Let's exile the island. Oh, I can cast Karn. Yes, I will do that. And then I have Reprieve on top. I can't quite draw Reprieve. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, let's see, Manifold Key, untap Grim Monolith, and I think what I'm going to do is cast Sikaran Infiltrator Squad 2 Paying 7. Drawing some cards. Choo choo choo. Oh, and I hit a Mox Opal. And I haven't played a land yet. All right, let's make a golem. This is turn 4. I have a 13/13 golem out. I have a reprieve up. They have 5 permanents in play. I mean, this deck has been a blast. And yeah, we're going to reprieve this, most likely. Death on the Archon of Cruelty. Yeah, I think it's probably fine to reprieve. I even have Path to Exile, but by using the reprieve first, if they have a land and they replay the Archon, I could have played the Mox for free. I would get to discard the island to it, which is nice. And they can make a Hogak now. They can summon that thing, but I don't think that's going to do a whole lot either. Yeah, they are playing it. That is the best thing to do. Oh, they have Shifting Woodland. Yeah, their deck looks sweet. My deck is busted, though. I mean, it's just a very good artifact deck with 3 pieces of power. Like, kind of hard to compete. And take my turn. All right, lose the flip, draw, cast Chromatic Star. Ooh, cast Talisman. Oh, Kappa Cannoneer? Yes, I would love to do that. All right, let's make a token. Cast Kappa Cannoneer. Oh, I just have lethal here. I should stop messing around. Ooh, I don't want to sack Star. Just want to pay 1. I just need to make the golem big enough here. And then I go Path on the Hogak and attack. And now I can also, I could also send 3 at Grist in case they have a way to kill the construct. Didn't seem very likely. And I probably, now Get Lost isn't even good against Hogak. No, we're on the no sideboard plan. Let's do it. All right, game 2. I'm going to keep this hand. If I draw a Workshop, this hand's just the stone nuts because I get turn 1 Golos. But even without it, I can go turn 1 Converter Activate, which will be pretty nice. Let's go Island, Converter, Mana Crypt, pass the turn. Also, it's just so sick that Currency Converter just makes you immune to discard. Like, I mean, not completely immune, but discard's so much worse against Currency Converter. All right, we flip the Hogak again? No, Dothy, Voidwalker, Windswept Teeth. Wow, yeah, their deck is nice. Fetch lands and everything. All right, my deck is just busted. Oh, no, I misclicked. All right, that's unfortunate. I wanted to not do that, but, well, I did. Yeah, I'll keep Ruby on top. That's fine. Basically, I've done that misclick before. It's kind of annoying. You convert, and then instead of doing, something good, you just tap it for no effect. So, kind of unfortunate. All right, Underground Mortuary. Let's not hit Archon. Okay, or Hogak. Yeah, if they had hit Hogak there and just cast a creature, they could have cast Hogak. That's really funny. Death on Dothy Voidwalker. My top card's Mox Ruby. Yeah, I don't need to use Currency Converter here. I would want to use it in response, of course, but I think I'll be fine without it. And here, I will create a servo, and I'm just going to block because it feels like they use their creatures a little better than I do. Draw, win the flip, Mox, land, Golos, and I think I'm just going to set up Upheaval by getting Mishra's Workshop again, because as long as I don't get my hand discarded this turn, then next turn I can just cast Upheaval and then just cast Golos, and that is just such an absurd play. Hopefully this isn't killing Golos. That does make that plan a little worse. Grist. Okay. Grist is not bad. Yeah, they make a token. Oh, they have Bazaar in there too. Very nice. Oh, and they have Hogak in hand. Nice. Okay. That's cool. I mean, it's not going to do anything here, but it's pretty cool. I think what I'm going to do is path the Dothy Voidwalker. The reason is I'm about to upheaval. They're about to have all these cards back in hand. So they're going to be pretty far away from casting Hogak. And this is kind of like a free path because I'm about to bounce the land. So I think it's a lot better to do it now than when they replay it. Oh, let's do that first. Oh, man. That's the most ridiculous card I could have drawn. Coveted Jewel. Draw 3. The only thing that's a shame here is they're about to just concede, because certainly they're not going to want to play through too much more of this. I really should not be allowed to have all these moxes. It's too much fun. Workshop, Coveted Jewel, and then I can still play Golos this turn. Okay, tap this for whatever mana. Cast Golos and go get Urza's Saga. And I guess pass the turn, discard a Misty Rainforest, just some lands, whatever. And they're going to go land go. Underground Mortuary. They can discard the Hogak. That's some value. And then next turn I'm going to untap with about 50 mana. I don't know. 3, 6, 9, 10 mana or something like that. I mean, I still need to make sure I can use the Urza Saga, so I don't want to go too nuts here, but got to use the Workshop mana. Bankbuster. Draw with Bankbuster. And don't need to play that. Let's play Retrofitter. Meticulous Archive. Oh, sure. Mystic Forge. Why not? Hit and then pass. And then I can make like a... How big is this construct going to be? 4, 5, 10. Like a 10-10 immediately. And obviously like a 12-12 next turn or something. Or 13-13. I mean... Let's just say upheaval happened and my board looks exactly the same, because that's what a good upheaval does. And it's like really the best finisher in these kinds of artifacts decks overall, because it just doesn't matter what they do. It puts them down to nothing and puts you just to everything. I mean, we've now won the draft, and I mean, look, Mox Emerald, Mox Ruby, Mana Crypt, Mox Opal, and 4 Moxes in my deck. Some good payoffs. Mishra's Workshop was great. Never saw Satya. Kind of didn't care. Though I would have been able to cast it most of the time. Reprieve was great. Sakarian Infiltrator and Akalpa Call. Basically, if you have this kind of stuff, all the artifact payoffs just go nuts. Saga was great. Workshop really, really worked out. And it feels good to be back. That's just a great Academy deck. Look, had to pass its Laird Academy. Slammed a 3-0. It was just... Everything worked out perfectly. And you know what? That's going to be the draft for today. As always, I appreciate you hanging out as I vintage cube draft, my favorite thing to do. And this deck is just one of the best I've gotten to draft. So really special to get to play with all those Moxes and Mana Crypt, and we really put them to good use. So that'll be it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel and you won't miss a single draft.